Tingnan nyo tong tulonggis na hapon na ito mga katropa. Napakayabang. Ang sarap batuhin ng bote na mantika Feeling artista ba naman? Akala mo Santos Santita ang datingan Lahat na pinakyutan Ang matindi pa dito, sa harapan pa talaga mismo ng isang tunay na maharlikang mandirigmang Pilipino siya nagmaoy at pumakito. Ang hindi niya alam mala impacto ang lakas ni kabayan sa ibabaw ng ring. Kaya ayon, bukol-bukol ang pagmumukha nito at mahiya mo kamote riders na dinigan na ng karitong may sakay na single dad na kalabaw. At nakuha pa din talagang mag-celebrate at magsaya ng hindi patapos ang laban Kaya ayon, bugbog sarado ang inabot kay kabayan. Ang laban na ito ay sa pagitan ng tinugurang The Pressure Assassin ng mga Hapon kontra sa The Super Canon ng Pilipinas sa mga katropa. Walang may gustong manalo ang Pinoy sa laban na ito mga katropa. At talaga namang kahit sa pustahan ay wala ni isang Hapon ang nagbaka sakaling mananalo ang Pinoy sa laban na ito mga katropa. Kahit na sobrang laki ng tatamaan nila dito, kung sakaling tataya sila dito, sumobra sa kumpiyansa ang maangas na Hapon na ito. Nakakarnihin lang daw niya ng walang kahirap-hirap ang dumayong Pinoy mga katropa. Dahil talaga namang iba daw ang level niya kumpara sa ating bidang kababayan. Oo nga't undefeated daw ang Pinoy. Subalit kung pagbabasihan niya daw po ang kanilang mga record, ay hamak na mas matitindi ang kanyang quality opposition o ang bigat ng kanyang mga tinalong boksingero mga katropa. Kumpara daw sa Pinoy na kumbaga daw sa manok puros Tagalog ang mga nakalaban nito. At talaga namang puros patalo. Hinamon pa nga nito ang Pinoy na kung talagang matapang daw ito ay makipagsabayan daw ito ng inam sa kanya at huwag na huwag daw itong tatakbo sa laban. Mukha sa mukha, katawan sa katawan, suntukan walang katapusan. Sisiguraduhin daw nito na uuwing lumpo ang Pinoy at talaga namang manghihiram ng muka sa oranggutan mga katropa. Magpareseta na daw si kabayan sa doktor ng mga salompas, epicacent, katenko, amoxicillin, tetrasin, planax, iskelan at robitusin dahil talaga namang mamasahihin daw niya ng inam ang katawang lupa ng dayong Pinoy sa pamamagitan ng kanyang mga kamao mga katropa. Hindi niya daw bibiguin ng mga kababayan niyang manonood sa kanyang laban, lalo na't sa kanilang lupang sinilangan gaganapin ang kanilang laban at siguradong gagawin daw niyang instant milyonaryo ang mga kababayan niyang Hapon. Kaya naman isanla na daw ng mga ito ang kanilang mga kidney at mga lamang loob dahil talaga namang siguradong papaldo daw sila sa araw na ito. Wala namang kapaki-pakialam si kabayan sa lahat ng mga pinaggagawa ng hambog na Hapon na ito mga katropa. Bagus puros Netflix at movie marathon lang araw-araw ang pinag-aatupag nito kada tapos ng kanyang training. Kilig na kilig daw ang singit sa mga pinapanood na k-drama Ang kanilang laban ay ginanap sa baluarte ng mga Hapon sa Kotay Arena, Venetian Resort, Macau, Japan. At bago natin simulan ang kanilang laban, ito na nga po muna ang kanilang mga kartada. May 34 na panalo, 29 ay tinapos sa pamamagitan ng walang awang knockout at isang bahid ng pagkatalo lamang ang pambato ng mga Hapon na ito mga katropa. Samantalang ang Pinoy naman ay may 23 panalo, 19 ay tinapos sa pamamagitan ng impresibong knockout at walang bahid ng anumang klase ng talo mga katropa. Ito na round 1.
Bouts on toprank.com in the world, and this is one we've been looking forward to. Super Bantamweight battle. Genesis Servania is the defending WBO Asia Pacific Super Bantamweight champion against Komosuke Tomiyama, a long-rangey fighter out of Tokyo, Japan, and he is down quickly. A sudden and dramatic turn that this fight takes immediately. Taking the mandatory 8 count. Just about to tell you that Tomiyama has actually fought for the world championship a couple of years back against Naoya and had him down in the first round, but it is he who goes down in the first round of this bout. Servania, very quick start. Servania's nicknamed Bazooka comes into the ring with a record of 20-0. Only 7 KOs. Not a big KO mark, but as you can see, he is not devoid of power, and he lands a good left hook there. And a very rocky start for Tomiyama. Servania looking great here in the opening moments, and now Tomiyama comes back with his first combination of the fight. Here comes Servania. These two are throwing the... Tomiyama is trying to get himself into the fight now. A little bit different after that very rocky first minute. And he scores a knockdown with a left hand. Both fighters have tasted the canvas here in round one. Mandatory 8 count for the champion, Cervania. Here comes Tomoyama back. And now we are getting the fight we expected. Good jab by Tomoyama. Monosuke with a very good comeback. Tries that uppercut. Now here comes Cervania. Chases him to the ropes and back out to ring center. Cervania trying to regain the momentum that he built up in the first minute. Very aggressive. As you can see, he's up on his toes. That's his style. And a fine left-right combination by Tomoyama. Stops Cervania in his tracks. Cervania tries to answer back, and his champion is down again. Second time he is down. 3 knockdowns in round one. Just saw a red hot. We'll take a look at what happened in the first round. Cervania came out and landed that beautiful
round 2.
Christina, you know, sometimes in Asia, some of the crowds get rather quiet. They sit back and they watch, and they were into that first round.
The fight, this fight right here, pitting a Japanese against a Filipino, they're very much interested in this fight, and I think as the night grows and you see more action, we'll hear this crowd really make some noise.
There's a lot of movement. In my study of Cervania, it seemed to me that he kind of wastes a lot of motion with his arms and his constant up on his toes, jumping up and down, but 20-0 record. And he certainly got caught with that second knockdown. The first was a flash knockdown. He was actually knocked down by a jab, but the second knockdown was solid.
I did not see that.
No, it certainly didn't. It was an amazing turnaround. It happened so fast, in fact, in the first round. I was just about to tell you about the Nobuo Noshiro fight for Tomoyama when he fought for the WBA championship in 2009. He was stopped in 8 rounds, but he had the champion in a bad way in the first round and knocked down in action in round 1. And now into round 2.
Yep. On his right eyebrow.
All right, we'll keep an eye on that. As he comes forward, good aggression, missing that left hand, however. He's solid. He's setting down nicely in his punches. Cervania's record, his knockout record, I started to mention to you, is a bit misleading. He has more power, I think, than what you would think with a guy with 7 KOs and 20 fights. Perhaps only recent, so they do. Tomoyama, long-rangey jab. Those long arms. Pushes it out to set up his straight right hand. The arena and his entrance into the ring.
Round 3. Ay, talagang kainaman ang mga kabubuyan ng mga lintik na hapon na are. Aba, tingnan nyo maigay oh. Mga hindi pa nakapag-untay makauwi oh. Tinamaan talaga kayo ng mga lintik. Aba, sa round din na ito ay dito nababawian ng inam ni Kabayan ang mayabang na hapon mga kaibigan. At pakukulatain sa pamamagitan ng lumalagablab na right hook na mahiya mo inatrasan ng full thirds na e-bike na may palamuting Christmas light mga kaibigan.
Asia Pacific fight. Genesis Cervantes, screen right, black trunks with a white stripe. Against Tomoyama in Tokyo, Japan. He is in pink trim. We've seen a real good fight. Very tough to pick who the winner of this one's going to be through 2 rounds. Knockdowns in the first round. Cervania scoring the first one and now coming in and landing a beautiful right hand. Sending back. So scored 2 knockdowns. Sure, edging on the judge's score. Cervania has been marked, cut on the right eye. Referee is Danrex Hapsadan. These have been meaty-like blows that both of these fighters have. In his world championship, Tomoyama's fought very well early, but he really is thing to watch to see how, if this fight goes a distance of ground, how he has had good stamina on a number of occasions. This combination by Tomoyama and Cervantes right back. Tomoyama's was the more effective with the left hook. He never stopped bouncing.
Rich, how long can you keep up that pace? I mean, like you said, he's constant.
It's difficult. It seems to me to be wasted energy, but that's... Oh, hard right! And down goes Tomoyama for the second time. Fourth knockdown of the fight, and that was the worst one yet. He was really flattened, but he got up, and he seems okay. Seems to have his legs underneath him. And let's see what Cervantes can do. Hard right by Cervantes. Tomoyama in trouble. Backed into a corner. Bell sounds into the... On that cut on Cervantes, we take a look at the knockdown. A left hand and then the right hand over the outstretched left of Tomoyama. Well done. There's that right hand. I mean, a crushing right. We have had 4 knockdowns so far. This is the 4th of the fight. And each man, as we start war of this WB Pacific Super Bantamweight Championship, I do think looking at Tomoyama that he looks is still looking at knocking right near the end of the... But he's trying to get his jab going. He was successful. The round was over. He had scored 2 knockdowns. Now he goes back to that formula here again. And Cervantes is undeclared with that strong left. Just when he throws that left hook, really, it's a good leverage on it. And he has only scored 7. Some fighters learn better, learn how to sit down in their punches, learn to get proper leverage in their punches as they go along and develop. And now Tomoyama mounting his own comeback and sensing that as well, urging him on. Feeling there's really no crowd favorite here, and they're rooting for both guys. They've just been enjoying what has been an intense. Tomoyama does have the good jab by Cervantes. This combination, that's a good one too that Tomoyama has. Now he comes forward, he pushes Cervantes up against the ropes, and here comes Genesis back. By volume. And the one thing I like about it is that he has a wide variety. He mixes up his attack and drop, as he has been on 2 occasions. A minute to go in round number 4.
10 seconds. Stop right now.
Oh, beautiful left hook by Cervantes. Gets Tomoyama in trouble. Staggers back against the ropes and his head. With a tremendous fight. At the end of the round, it was Cervantes scoring that left. As we begin round 5, it is scheduled for 10. Each man has been down twice. Cervantes suffering from one tough cut. They have had a tough time stemming the blood. Cervantes, very enjoyable. So you come out here to Macau and Venetian Hotel. December 23rd against Brandon Rios. We'll see there in Macau. And in the United States, of course, they too are being rewarded by the fans in the stands. Hold up with the right. Usually he starts off those exchanges with his good, at times tried to lead right. Tomoyama also has a very good right, but usually it follows his jab or left by Cervantes.
He really comes on the second half of these rounds.
And I tell you, he's punches that are like bricks.
Absolutely.
Digging that. Still up in his toes, though. And, you know, it's hard to generate power when you're in that jumping, but he is certainly, in his last few fights, he has been generating power, and he's certainly against a quality opponent. Because we mentioned Tomoyama has fought for a world title, but won in his career. At 115, so this Anna. Inside they have 6. close up to the action. Long range right hand.
Round 6.
Round number 6. Cervantes, I believe, in the fight at this point. Well, for 10. Rich Murata ringside at the Cotai. I'm happy to be joined by Christina Poncher here at the table. I want to give a shout to Colonel Bob Sheridan, who you see so many times, of course, internationally on these top-ranked broadcasts, international broadcasts throughout the world for so many years. And the heart surgery, but he's already bounced home. He is wise. Got an email from him today. Typical Joe. We wish him all the best. Glad he's recovering very well. He'll be back at the mic very soon. Nice combination by Tomiyama as he tries to regain some momentum. He even dug a right hand to the body. Tomiyama's been through the fight.
Notice Tomiyama shaking his that jab out with the left, but not really throwing the right with much force. I don't know if it's causing him a little bit of trouble, but he's been kind of shaking it, letting it loose, and as you can see, just not really throwing that right hand.
Maybe that's when he went to the body of Cervantes. That's a nice there. Once again, he pick up there, Christina. One hard right that he's thrown in this round was to the body. A one-armed fighter against Anya is going to be in some real trouble. Now Tomiyama comes over the top. I see a smear of blood on Tomiyama's face as well. I think coming from the nose. He tries to flash out his chin. With the cut now on Cervantes, it's not bleeding as much as it was midway through the round. With a hard right, Tomiyama in some trouble. Staggers back a second. Started to glances over at his corner. Back to the jab goes Tomiyama. We've got him the Rusali Samor. A little counter right by Tomiyama, at least showing it there. Manasuki looking a little worried in his corner, and there's the reason why. He's getting nailed with those right hands. His eyes were wide open though, and they seemed clear in the corner, but if start the round, he comes right out jabbing. I think that's a good idea for him. He needs to establish himself, get his legs back underneath him, and try to get his rhythm. Once you do that, the best way to do that is to go right back to fundamental to his jab for 12 rounds or 10 rounds. He's still bouncing here, and styles between these two. High action between them. 4 knockdowns, we mentioned earlier. Fighters were both. Yama scored 2 knockdowns. Cervantes scored 2 knockdowns left. I think if he was generating a little more power than throughout his career, he said he does have power. He's not devoid of power despite that low knockout ratio. Tonight in the main event, a very good card here that also heavyweights. Andy Ruiz, the gold medal winner, 2-time gold medal winner actually, making his second professional start. That fight will be aired. For those of you in America, you can watch that fight tonight on HBO. It's nice to see the broadcast crew of Larry Merchant, Tim Ryan, George Foreman yesterday. George holding court at the press conference for Pacquiao and Rios today was very funny, as usual. Tomiyama not having a bad round here. Actually, he's having a pretty good round. He seems to have found a little bit of a rhythm. Now Cervantes himself trying to utilize the jab. I would guess that Cervantes on points at this juncture. Tomiyama showing he can still summon up some strength and energy, but there's that good left hook. I love the left hook that Cervantes throws. He can really dig it to the body too. Body or head. Nice jab work though by Tomiyama. Comes up with an uppercut there. Take a look at the action. Cervantes from long range doing real work there. Tomiyama taking a moment off, but still able to counter with the left hand.
Round 8, ay walang ya at kumendeng na nga. Tinamaan ko talaga na magaling. Aba, samantala, binubulkanize na ang bitak sa kilay ni kabayan mga kaibigan. At talaga namang makikita ang katikasan ng dalawang boksidor na ito mga kaibigan. Mga ibang klase ang stamina eh oh. Mga mahiyamong ibig na may shoulder ng dating ano eh oh. Hindi nauubusan ng baterya. Sa round din na ito ay tuloy-tuloy pa rin ang pagpapahilamos ni kabayan ng mga kombinasyon sa Hapon mga kaibigan. Samantalang ang Hapon naman ay bagyang sumasagot-sagot din naman. Basta sampung nga mo ha. Sampikahin nyo nga yan.
There's one that you may not have heard of in the United States, for those of you watching in the U.S., but it means a lot here. Because we are very much in a Japanese fighter against the Philippine fighter here. We'll have a Taiwanese fighter in our next fight. Good right hand by Tomiyama. I tell you, I thought at the end of round 6 about had the course. Anthony had a nice bounce back round in that 7th, utilizing the jab, getting some rhythm going. It would appear to me that the harder puncher at this point is Cervania. Tomiyama's having good fortune with his block. Best for him to keep the fight at long range. Cervania getting range is good for him with that left. Turned pro in 2009. 7 fights in his first year. Last year went through 3 fights. This is his second fight this year. His first one was against Angola. So he's fought good competition himself. We mentioned Tomiyama had fought for a world title, but Cervantes on Coda, and he stopped as a guy who we've seen in the ring for the distance with Endo Montiel. So he's been in very good fighters recently, really picking up his level of competition. And this is another tough opponent here for him. Not exactly sure what Tomiyama was looking at, except maybe one of the many video boards. Putting his arms there, and again, appearing a little bit tired as Tomiyama. And you can certainly ridiculously energy first to 4 rounds. Nice combination, and a follow-up right by Cervania, and another right that was partially blocked by the shoulder of Tomiyama. Tomiyama answers back with a right of his own, and here they go again as the bell sounds.
Round 9. Walang ya. Tantalizing ang ring girl niya na. Kaya naman na kasi ang cameraman na to eh. Kung kailan lalabas yung ring girl niya. Tsaka naman nilalayo ng inamang focus eh. Ang sarap pukpukin ng gitara eh oh. Sa round din na ito, ay dito na mawawamali ang Hapon mga kaibigan. At talaga naman nagse-celebrate agad dito at inakalang siya na ang panalo. Dahil pinatigil na ang laban eh. Gawa ng pagre-regla ng kilay ni kabayan. Ngunit ang hindi niya alam ay ito ang magiging resulta ng kanilang laban.
Japan. The World Games here.
Yes, it is. And there is a fighter, in fact, Evgeny Gradovich, who's Russian.
So, right. So if that counts, we'll make that 9.
That's his nickname. He fights out of...
Fighter personality, have some fun in the fighter meetings with him.
Very clever kid. In round 9, I think probably both fighters are happy this one wasn't scheduled for 12. 6 minutes remaining. I believe Cervania's ahead on this fight. He has great moments, it seems, every round. He scored 2 knockdowns of the first round.
Did you think?
He did not. And it may still not.
It may still not. We still have time.
Tomiyama having success forward. He's coming right at Cervania, and as you can see, Tomiyama's encouraged by the success he's had.
Go there. Headbutt.
Another cut for Cervania.
And it's Amita Tapsadan as a headbutt, and I do not believe that he has won. The referee, Tomiyama, thinks that he has scored a TKO victory. That is not the case. And still